Boom, what's good, my people? I'm sorry. Hand clap to the master, guys. We are finally back again for another one on the one and only Mystelics reaction. Guys, big up! All the Mystelics YouTube family have definitely tuned into another reaction. And of course, the newcomers out there, big up yourself as well for definitely tuning into this year reaction video, guys. All the Mystelics YouTube family, guys, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that right there. And then on this year channel, reaction vibrations, we're going crazy, guys. If you've not done so as well, definitely, guys, don't forget to download the Mystelics tube app in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. I would appreciate that. And of course, guys, don't forget to subscribe then. Subscribe! Alright. Anyways, guys, let's get into the vibrations right there. And then, guys, as you can pretty much tell from what is written on the screen, Dominica paving a way for cannabis industry. Apparently, Dominica wants to get into the cannabis industry. I think this is something that LENNOX have been stating for a while and stated that, hey, Dominica needs to go and do this thing. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I remember there were some individuals, they called them the cannabis nuns. The cannabis nuns, they were making billions of dollars per year on cannabis, guys. And Dominica could get the opportunity to do such a thing, especially when it comes down to the medical field. We can actually portray these things. And of course, we are the nature isle of the Caribbean. If one place that was not Jamaica alone, you know, Dominica should definitely be the one of the countries who would take out the criminalization of this thing right there. I saw police making noise with an individual for smoking, and guys, don't get me wrong, I think it's very bad to do smoking of any kind, because you put in carbon monoxide inside your body. I don't think that is, if you want to do it with water vapor, that's fine, because I think water vapor is much more safer. So if you want to do it that way, then fine. But smoking itself is a very bad idea, a very bad idea. But for this kind of substances right there, especially when you want tea, it can relax you if you're feeling stressed and all those kind of things there. You can definitely use these things to actually help you. And not just this, for things like Alzheimer's as well. You can use these things for things like what else? The people who have fits, I forget what they call it, that seizures. These things can also be, and a number of other the medical benefits that this thing can be used. I remember DJ Alfie was one of the individuals who tried to utilize this, and he was making oils, I believe it is, and of course putting that thing out there to actually help people, skin conditions, all kind of things, eczema, all kind of things, man. And now Dominica is trying to look into this, which is interesting right there. Hey, they say better late than never, but of course, for what reasoning are they looking into this? What reasoning? That is a big question right there, because I remember the bigger countries, what they did, they made the smaller man who was normally growing these things illegally, they make it that way where even if he grows this thing, he needs some sort of certificate or some sort of card or something that the city allows him to grow these things. And instead of them giving it to the normal people, this instead had it for the people who are millionaires and all these people who are at the top, so that they can afford the kind of thing, the certificate or whatever they're giving them, the ability for them to grow these things. So you have to get a certificate, and the certificate was expensive, and you know, the normal man could not make this thing to even make a money for himself. You know, it was the richer folks that they did this for. So it seems like everything that they're trying to do right now seems to be bent on the richer folks making more money, and of course the local man who was, you know, trying to do a little something in the place. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should sell this to harm little people and whatnot. I think that is a bad idea. When it comes down to the medical field, I think that you know, the local man should get the benefit of this thing. But anyways, guys, this is on the international scope. Let's check out what these people are saying. The government of Dominica says its experts sorry guys, the government of Dominica says it expects the to table legislation that will give effect to the establishment of the Mary Jane industry here by next year. That's what they say. All right, speaking on a government program on the state-owned DBS, this station right there, Thursday night, the Prime Minister said to listeners that his administration would be tabling the appropriate legislation in Parliament before year end. Now, I'm thinking when the Prime Minister does things, especially when it comes down to the yachting thing, that they remove all the taxes or whatever, the fees and so forth for luxurious crafts. Obviously, they were not thinking about the little man. This is where we come to Dominica. We're curtailing now to Dominica. They say about removing the fees for luxurious crafts, man. You know, the people in Dominica don't have much money in this regard. The majority of people don't have that kind of luxurious cash. So they curtail it they put it for the richer folks. They take out people who can afford these things, and mark you guys, the rich people want to do it, you know, because they know they have some level of taxes that they want to take out. So paying this kind of fees, helping out the little man here and there, can actually help them in that regard, because that way they get to deplete on the taxes that they get to pay. But if you are refusing them to pay fees, then that means they're going to be paying more fees in the taxes wherever they file in, and that is a whole other kind of conundrum. Some of you guys understand what I'm saying right now. Some of you guys have no idea what I'm saying right now, but that's fine. The whole point is that if you're taking away fees from people who can actually pay the fees, how is that helping the local people? Especially money that can be coming into the country, and the rich people want to pay the fees because it's beneficial to them at the same time, you know, instead of paying taxes. But anyways, let's continue right there. Legislation in Parliament before year end. As it stands now, a person with 28 grams of the marijuana cannot be charged with an offense, while a household is allowed to grow 3 marijuana plants. Interesting. So 3 marijuana plants. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Okay. Anyways, we announced in this year's budget to provide permits and license for people who are in the production of the marijuana oils. So I'm guessing this is DJ Alfie right there. Creams and lotions and soaps, because we recognize that there are a number of Dominican citizens who are suffering from, you see, can actually help from this thing as well, suffering from cancer, who use the marijuana oil to bring some relief to them. Another reason for individuals who might be suffering from cancer, one of the things that you can actually do is to pump yourself with vitamin C. Hopefully YouTube don't take me down for this one, but that is one of the helps, the cures for the very same cancer thing that you're seeing right there. Pumping yourself with vitamin C, and over influx of vitamin C can then, you know, start, you know, killing the very cell, killing the very dangerous cells and not the healthy cells. So I just putting this out there. You can do your research for yourself. Don't listen to me. Go and do your research. I just know these things. There are many testimonies of it working. So we are in the process of putting a mechanism in place. So all the time that I've been there, so they in process, Papa. I always say that that's something that they tell the local people. Hey, we see that it's finally working. All these years, you know, all these years we've heard from Dr. Sebi and a number of people who spoke about the marijuana itself, and we don't know, but now we know. But the big question here is why? Why? Now you know. Is there any benefit for you, especially when it kind of comes down to the very cryptocurrency stuff that they're trying to build in Dominica, which of course Dominica is based off the government. They're trying to make exchange via cryptocurrencies, which of course is not going to be tracked. So people will make transactions and all those kind of things there. Well, that is another debatable. Man, I tell you, man, the amount of information I know sometimes, I just wish I didn't know some of these things. I wish I didn't know some of these things there. I tell you the straight facts. Man. Anyways, guys, there are testimonies of it working, blah blah blah, putting the mechanisms in place, and certification of that, which will also involve providing certificates for growers, farmers, to be able to plant and grow this marijuana. SKERRIT said. He said earlier this year, with the support of the Canadian government, Dominica has received support in drafting the necessary legislation. So we need Canadian government to Trudeau. Trudeau. The same Trudeau that was blocking people. Boy, we know our friends there. Yes, sir, we are friends, boy. Dominica has received support in drafting the necessary legislation. So we're getting legislation from Canada government, Trudeau, to deal with cannabis as a medicinal industry for export. He said that there were a number of processes to go through, and the Canadians through a project are helping us with that. Adding that there is a national committee chaired by the Attorney General, this individual examining the legislation as well as various treaties we need to sign off, etc., etc. I'm trying to think of myself, what exactly, I think that they will be involved in it themselves, no doubt about it, making the legislations, just like they did for the yacht. They made these things in Parliament, passing these things for pleasure crafts, and then next thing we see Prime Minister on pleasure craft. We seen all kind of thing, and they say the boat might be his. They say it might be his, but who knows? But they're trying to draft things with Canadian government. Hey, I'm not saying anything too crazy, but I'm just thinking of the Canadian government, man. I mean, based on what happened in the past, especially the whole Rona situation, you tend to wonder what exactly is going on. That is not good at anyways. So we are moving apace, and I believe come next year we will certainly be in a position to pass this legislation and to have a full-fledged cannabis industry in Dominica. That is exactly what LENNOX was pushing. That's exactly what LENNOX was saying, to push the cannabis industry. Now the Prime Minister want to come and pretend like as if it's his industry. Holy deadly that place there. Isn't that what LENNOX was saying the other day? And all you're saying that is craziness. The very thing that you guys are pushing now, you guys were talking about that nonsense he's talking about. Multi-billion-dollar industry. I did a reaction on it previously, you know. Well, not in my previous videos far back. Check out the very same thing. There was even a guy who came down, and he's utilizing the Mary Jane itself for him to create sunblocks and stuff. He even came. I actually did an interview with him on BrBpTV. You guys can go check that out, BrBpTV podcast, and you will see the Watchman. The Watchman, I did that with him, and he actually met with LENNOX them in Colorado, I think. And they were talking about this whole thing, how they can improve the industries in cannabis industries in Dominica. Things that the people should have been doing long time, but since CBI going now, we're trying to figure out how we can get into that crop now. The same thing that people were saying, themselves that was saying that, you know. Themselves that was saying that. But no, we're seeing it, man. CBI going down, so let's see if we can get another way to make money for ourselves, maybe. Hopefully, the local man can be involved in this as well. And like I said before, I'm for cannabis, I'm for the Mary Jane, but I'm definitely not for the smoking of it. I think that is the dangerous part of it. If you want to use water vapor, I think that is better, because, you know, smoking is bad. Smoking cigarettes is bad. I don't know what. And that's a funny thing I don't understand. The cigarette companies themselves literally saying that this can cause cancer and death. They literally saying on the box, it is dangerous. They said that smoking is dangerous. And instead of them making cigarettes illegal, they're making the Mary Jane that has a lot of properties here. That has a lot of properties, medical properties. They refuse to make the illegal one. They refuse to make the one that people have been dying from, being cancer, all kind of things. They die from all kind of things from the very cigarettes themselves. On the box itself, it is dangerous. They refuse to make this illegal, but the thing that can actually help, even cure, look at there, you know, helping for cancer relief and those kind of things there. All this can actually help, but they made this one illegal. They make God plant illegal. I don't understand this craziness there. I don't understand. And you might say, yes, some of all you might be saying, I want some of you to argue with me. Because I know people that have the understanding of the advocate of what the white man was pushing on man and saying, oh, this is that and whatnot. But guys, if you remember back in the day, history lesson for you. Before they decided to push all these things forward, because this is one of the plants that black people used to use to cure their ailments, their illnesses and whatnot. White people used to smoke it and do all kind of things. And as a result of the medical I enter into territory on YouTube, I shouldn't. Boy, there are certain things YouTube don't want people to be talking about. Right there. When you enter in a certain field, then they're restricting your stuff. I tell you, man. I tell you. I already know they're going to restrict this video. I already know. Boy, but it is what it is, guys. But on the basis of this right there, guys, it seems like several Caribbean countries, most notably Jamaica and Barbados, have been moving towards establishing similar industries. I think that is a good thing to establish. I personally do think so as well, especially when it comes down to the medical issues that we're having. There's a number of plants that can actually be used to think. They're not pushing this yet, so they're pushing using chemicals and all kind of stupidness on people. That is crazy right there. So guys, what are your thoughts on this whole situation right there? What are your thoughts on this? By the way, guys, I have to make mention of this. Where is it now? Yep, this guy, if you guys know what you know, he's actually gonna be coming to Dominica soon. I'm not exactly sure when he's gonna be coming to Dominica. Hopefully he comes for the festival vibes and then do some stories and what you know when was Dominica's independence. Doing something like that would be pretty cool right there when he comes down to DA. So he's saying Miami vibes is in Miami right now, then I'm heading to Dominica for the first time ever. What you know, TT vibration. So that is what he's coming to do. Coming to do some stuff, and I guess we'll see what he's doing. He kind of blew up. I guess he gymming or something. This is people at the back. Tell me again, lovers and friends. Anyways, but yeah, people have been sending me messages, telling me he's coming and what have you guys. So I don't know if we're gonna link up. If we link up, we link up. That would be pretty cool. Or you can link up with some of the other Dominicans, I think, that are pretty much in the same respective fields that he's doing. I think that would be pretty cool. I would, if we link up, it most likely be a vlog we'd do or something. I don't know, whatever it is, guys. We will see how that goes. When that takes place, or maybe I can do a podcast with him. I wonder. That might be interesting to do. We'll see how that goes, guys. I'm not making any promises on this one. Of course, people I was telling me, there's another guy who actually is in Dominica. He was living in Portsmouth, and some of the Mystelics YouTube family was sending me messages saying he's in Dominica. I think he's still in Dominica right now. I'll check that later on to see what's up. Then one of the individuals who takes him around met me and says, hey, you have a YouTuber here as well, and all this kind of something there. And what have you. So there are a number of persons who tend to be coming to Dominica. The people who are here now, they're leaving soon. Most likely it would be cool to have them in the festival or in the different cultural activities that are taking place. But you know, some people just come to come, and I think they say he told me they came to taste food. They come to taste food. It's Creole season, so hopefully they taste some Creole food. And then we have the Creole whatever taking place in Botanical Garden. That will be the ideal place for them to have this food. But I don't know, they're leaving probably sometime this week, in a few days, or when I met them anyways, leaving in a few days and stuff. So that is a whole other situation right there. But they're in Dominica. I think it's called the channel, I can't remember what the channel name is now. Daniel something. Anyways. But anyways, guys, big up to all the people who are coming into Dominica for the first time and what have you, and want to experience Dominica. I mean, you guys, if you come in, you cannot come and then leave before the festival, and that don't make no sense. You literally leave in when the highlight of Dominica is gonna be on display. That is interesting right here. Then again, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know, or I heard that Daniel them have to go Kenya. I think they're going next. So yeah, but you guys cannot just come and leave. You can't leave. No, festival is like in about 2 weeks time. Yeah, today's October 7th. In 10 days, 10 days from 11 days from now. 11 days from now is when the vibe is gonna be happening, man. Check out about that. I need to get some stuff organized. I will forget that. Have a meeting. yeah. Anyways, guys, all I said right there, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe. Are you guys looking forward to seeing this individual? Hopefully, he gets to interview you. These people have. Hopefully, it's mostly Liberites he gets to interview. I don't know why. Maybe the person think that would be funny if Liberites were the ones, they interview on different things. It will be interesting if you ask political questions and these people, because I know major Liberites have no clue. They're just there for what they can get. They don't necessarily know about the political environment. So that will be interesting to see if he does come to get to do some interviews in that regard right there. Anyways, guys, what I said right there, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get more videos as they tend to come through right there and then. I'll see you guys. I will see you guys in the next reaction video, guys. Be real, be positive.